Sorry about that. All right, I'm just waiting for more people to come on before I start talking, okay? So I'm just sharing this link everywhere. In the meantime, can I ask those of us who are here to. Hi, Lisa Ross. Hi. Can you thumbs up the live so that it can possibly get to other people so that they know I'm live? Thank you. Caroline, hi. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Victoria. All right, we have 14 people. Can you thumbs up the live, please, to see if I can get to other people? Karma Case. Hi, thank you, Karma Case. I'm going to update you guys, let you guys know what is going on. Can I get some thumbs up, please? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, so much. Thank you. All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. I think more people will join as we go along. If you're new here, hi, I go by the handle Starflames TV. My channel was hacked a couple days ago. It's a horrific experience. It felt as though, someone close to me had died. Um, when my channel got hacked, I'm going to talk about a few things, but I want to keep my subscribers updated so that they understand why I haven't been uploading, why they haven't been seeing me. So last week, let me check the date that I got hacked because everything is just so fresh in my head. I remember everything word for word, T for T, because I had plans. I had amazing plans when I got hacked because I was saying, you know what, my subscribers have been so amazing to me. I don't make a lot of money on my YouTube channel, but I wanted to give back something. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna find out how to get some, Starbucks, gift codes and, give them out on Instagram. And I was about to go live to talk about that man that got Kanye was canceled, Ari Emanuel, and his brother, Ram Emanuel, being the murder mayor of Chicago. And like, bam, when I went in, like I set up my thumbnail, everything. And just as I was about to go live, I got this notification from Google saying that I just changed my password in Russia. So when I got the notification and I, upped on it real quick to click no, as it says, what? I've been logged out of my account. When I go in on my phone, on my computer, I was looking. I mean, in a split second, this person, they hacked my account and they did it. Tiffany, it's buffering bad. Oh man. I don't know what's going on, Tiffany. I've been looking for you, my girl. I was wondering where you are. Let me know if it is still buffering. Hold on. Let me know if it is still buffering, guys. Tiffany says it's buffering. Tiffany, I've been looking for you. Okay, Lisa says not on her end. So it was 7 days ago that I got hacked because, okay, Karma K said not on her end. So 7 days ago, I got hacked. And when I got the notification, I was already signed out of my YouTube account. The person had changed my channel name to Elon Musk Twitter. And Tiffany, I think it's on your end because I think three persons says it's okay so far on their end. So check on your end, Miss Tiff. So I got the notification, and in no time, this person, it's as though they had everything planned out. And it seems as though the moment that I was signed out of my account, it seems as though they had access long before that. Because earlier in the day, I was at home and I kept feeling as though I was being watched, you know? And I said, I really don't like this feeling. Why is it that I'm feeling this way? So, I went in and I purchased another antivirus protection, put on my computer and on my phone because I said it's just weird. And when I'm using my computer, I would see these glitches and like the screen, keeps shifting. Like when you're using the Windows PC and you can use it on multiple screens, but it seems as though you're pulling one end and the person is pulling another end. And I say maybe it's just me. So you know what I did? I restarted the computer, but I still wasn't comfortable. Something in me, just kept saying, something was wrong. So when I get that notification, I was like, shit, I was right, I was right, I was right. But then I started panicking because I'm saying, I know what happens when people get hacked on YouTube. It's hell. And when I tried to go in, I couldn't recover my account. This person had already changed my email address to a business09@gmail.com, and they changed my recovery email address. And what I could see is that the end of the recovery email address that they had ended at RAM. That's all I could see. And this person was using some form of USB technology, which I had to connect to a computer in order to reset the password going and everything. I'm going to show you guys some screenshots because listen, even though I was stressed, even though I had panic attacks, listen, I was taking screenshots, I was taking pictures of everything like crazy. When you're when you're doing double duty, I was stressed, I had panic attack, but I was saying, okay, stay calm, stay conscious. You need to gather as much information as possible so that you can submit this to YouTube to say, this is what this person is doing, this is what that person is doing, and this is how I'm going to prove that it's my channel. So it happened, and it happened about, I'm going to see, let me check the time if I can find the time of the video. All right, so this happened October 31st. It was somewhere between 7 to 8 p.m., right? And I started calling Google customer service. The Google customer service department was closed at the time. So, I felt so weak. I felt so sick. And being a thyroid sufferer, having stress is really not good. Tiffany, you said the buffering is really bad on your end. I don't know, try to maybe it's your Wi-Fi, or if you have another device that you could use if possible. So Google customer service was not available, and then when I realized that, I kept reaching out to friends, what should I do? Because I really didn't know what else to do from there. So, a few of them looked on YouTube, and they told me what was going on my channel because I was too scared to look. I was so traumatized. I felt as though someone stabbed me in the chest. So they told me what was going on, and I said, okay, report the channel, just report the channel. Because I realized that after they told me what was going on, I was able to go and check for myself. Hi, Mickelson. Yes, it was very stressful. So I was brave enough because I was so scared because I said, I've worked so hard to get to this point. I really don't want to see it. I really don't want to see it. And I kept telling myself that. And I said, you know what? I have to brave up and see what is go. It is a horrific experience. It is a horrific experience. It felt as though I was being attacked, even though the person wasn't in my immediate space. Even though it was my channel that was hacked, it felt as though I was being attacked and I could not fight back. So when I was brave enough, to go on the channel and look, this person was uploading stuff about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and it was all just scam, and there was links to scam people. So when my sister, my niece, my friend, started commenting, say you're a thief, you hacked my channel. What it did was to change the channel membership to 20 years. So no one could ever comment or anything. So a few of my subscribers who I normally talk to on Instagram, I reached out to them and I say, hey, my channel has been hacked. So I need your help to report it so that YouTube could delete the channel. So if anything, I can recover the channel because I don't want this person to be scamming anyone, and I don't want this person to use my channel to send any terrorist message or threats. And then next thing, someone lose their. I was thinking about all those stuff. Thank you, Caroline. Thanks. Listen, I was thinking about this person using my channel to send, secret messages to terrorists, and I'm thinking about 9/11, and I'm thinking about the trauma of people. And I say, you know what? I would rather to have my channel deleted and start over again than to know that by the gateway of my channel, someone was armed. And I said, guys, just report it. Just click report, click whatever you want to. Don't stop until YouTube deletes the channel. So that is what happened. And the person also uploaded some copyrighted content because after I was able to log back in, I could see, stuff that they were able to do and stuff. So after that, now, so how I got through to YouTube, my friends research and they say, okay, there's a channel that says you have to go to Twitter and you have to tag YouTube team. So, my friend created this, little, like quick little note. You're saying, hi at YouTube team. I am such and such with 7.7K subscribers. My channel was hacked and I need your help to, restore my channel and everything. So it took a lot of tweeting, like they don't want you to hear, Tiffany. What can you try and change your device or put your internet on airplane mode and then take it off to see if it works? So after I did that, my friend created the script for me because I was nervous. I wasn't I couldn't maintain my composure to create something that would really get their effect. They'll be missing you. Yes, I'm going to talk about that in a bit. So I couldn't create something to get that effect. So my friend created it for me, I copied it, and I keep tagging them. And I kept asking people on Twitter to tag them. And I said, you know what? This person was doing weird stuff on my channel. Let me tag the president. And he changed my YouTube channel to Elon Musk. So I said, let me tag Elon Musk. And I was like thinking like that. And I said, you know what? I don't know if this person is a terrorist. I don't know what this person is doing. So let me tag the president. Let me tag Elon Musk along with YouTube team. Because what I was thinking is that if this person used my channel as a gateway to send, secret messages to terrorists, I was thinking about it all. I'm saying at least the president can say, yes, the owner of the channel did tag us on Twitter. On Twitter, this person did try to do everything. Listen, I was thinking about all of that. So the following day, the night, listen, I could not sleep. I slept for about 3 hours. I got up early. Then I started tagging Twitter. I decided that, you know what, I had another channel on YouTube. So let me change that channel name to Star Flames TV, start making videos about it, talking about it. I tag YouTube, start tagging other YouTubers. And I went back to Twitter until Twitter messaged me a couple hours later, the following day. And then, they said to me, give me, they asked me for an email address that was not on the account, because by this time the hacker could see my email address, and YouTube did not want to send me any information where it could be compromised. So I gave them the email, and YouTube team emailed me. They asked me for, like, a lot of stuff. I'm not going to put that information out there because I really don't know what is happening, but the information that they asked for, only you, the channel owner, would know those information. They're asking you for specific information that only you would know. So I was able to give them all of that information, and they say, you know what, give it some time. Rest assured you're going to get your channel back. So I got my channel back eventually. And when I got my channel, when I recovered my Gmail account, I realized that this person, it says that they were in Russia. This person used over 4 different iPhones to access my account. They used over 3 to 4 different computers to access my account. So when I tell you we're talking about professional people, these people are professional people. It seems as though it's a network because they had their tools. They knew what they were doing. They were in my account in no time. Um, I'm trying to have some photos. Hold on. Let me see. So I want to cover my information here. So when I tried to log back in, like, this is what came up, because it's saying to connect this device before I get access. Oh. So it's saying to connect that device before I can get access to my account. That's what the hacker did. Yeah, I think they need to do better with their security, because listen, when I saw what happened, I said to myself, this person helped to develop YouTube, and this person seems to be a software developer with Microsoft as well. These people are not just average people, these people know what they're doing. So, oh, here again, it's telling you, oh, to connect your security key. So he was able to do that in no time, change my information, set it up so that you can only get access through that Microsoft security key that he has. And I've never ever heard of that Microsoft security key. Never heard of it. Then after the person got in, what they also did, there's this other YouTuber. She's a small channel like myself. I think she has less subscribers than I do, Universal Tea with Marie. So that person was basically tweeting out links from Universal Tea with Marie's. How I know is that after I recovered my channel, Marie came over to my channel and said, Star, I saw you, sharing a few of my video links on Twitter. And I said to her, watch out, my channel was hacked. I would normally come to your channel. And when I do, I don't always get the time to comment because I like to support, my people. But sometimes when I join her channel, I don't always get to comment because sometimes what I will do is just leave 3 channels open at the same time, to help them with the watch hours and all of that while I'm doing something. So I said to her, I would normally come by, but I would never send out a link on Twitter. So I think what the hacker was doing, he was marking, or she was marking, Universal Tea with Marie channel so that he could maybe target her later. So I said to her, you know what? Reach out to creator support, let them know what happened, change your password if possible, change your email, do all that you can to keep your account secured. So after I was able to go in, I could see their location. The only thing that's leaving from that address is like a street number. It gave you their entire address. You could see the various devices that were connected. And this is what kept coming up each time I tried to recover the account. But I'm happy that I was able to get it back. So the person uploaded a video about incentives for COVID vaccine, and YouTube shut the channel because of that. And they had deleted a few videos that, my subscribers were reporting from those videos. So they had initially deleted those videos, but they reinstated them since then. But all my videos are currently unlisted. I could go back in and make them public, but I have a lot of videos and I don't want to do that. So what I did, I reached out to them and asked them, I said to them, all of my videos have been unlisted. They're still unlisted. So I would like you guys to make all of my videos publicly available. Also, I would like to get back that $sign on my channel. I would like to be monetized because what happened, why my channel got struck had nothing to do with me. Those are some cats outside. You can check, my history. You can see that those videos were uploaded from a different location. So I'm waiting on them to basically fix that. Yeah, so that's basically what happened as it relates to my channel getting hacked. Many of my subscribers, they have been telling me, you've been talking about that guy, Ari Emanuel, and maybe it's him. And I was half and half with that because I'm saying that I could see where a lot of YouTubers got hacked, even those who were tech savvy got hacked. And maybe, it's just this person who goes around and hack YouTubers. But then when I remember that person changing their recovery email to whatever at RAM, I said, it seems as though that person wants to send me a message. I could be wrong, but I said that to myself. Seems as though this person is trying to send me a message. Do you guys have any question? Do you guys have any questions before I move on? Listen, Tiffany, listen, I was so upset because I'm saying YouTube should know that I'm always in one particular region. How is it that I switch from one region to a next? I think they need to beef up their security so that even if you're traveling and you'll be, accessing your account from a different country, you would have to reach out to them in advance to let them know where you're going and to let them know that you'll be accessing your account from there. So I think that they really need to work on that. And I think that there are other things that they can do, to keep YouTubers more safe and secure, because this has happened to so many YouTubers and it has been happening over the years. Thank you, Miss Caroline. So guess what I did? Even though I was stressed, even though I was depressed, even though I felt as though someone died, when I created that, I had another channel. I don't even remember what I named that channel, but I used to upload on that channel during my spare time in the heights of the pandemic when it was work from home. And I used to make videos about how to stay positive and upbeat while working from home during the pandemic and all of that. So that channel, I changed the name to Star Flames TV, and I made videos saying, hey, this is what was going on. This is what happened to me. Help me report it, help me get some help, whatever. And I tag a few YouTubers, and surprisingly, like none of them helped. There was one YouTube couple that helped, and that's Chrissy and Kushine. I reached out to them on Instagram. They weren't the only ones that I reached out to on Instagram, but I reached out to a few other YouTubers. They didn't look my way. Even YouTubers who have supported, They didn't look my way, but Christian Cushing reached out. They were willing to help. But at that point, YouTube was already in communication with me. So, you know, that was good. Then now, the next channel that I have is Star Flames TV Rewinds, because when I realized I got my channel back, I said, you know what? I don't want to cause any confusion. So let me name the second channel Star Flames TV Rewinds. So I've been uploading like crazy on that channel because listen, I'm a Gemini, and if you understand how Gemini works, Gemini never loses. Even when you think that you're taking away something from them, they're going to regain something even more valuable. So I started uploading on Starflames TV Rewind, and let me tell you, I was going like a beast. And in no time, I realized that, yes, that's true. I realized that because have you ever like, you would go on, let's say you go on Amazon and you look at air fryer. And then when you come back to YouTube, you're seeing ads with air fryer. That's true. Data collecting is real and people sell your data. So Starflames TV Rewind, I named that second channel. On that second channel, I should be monetized already. So I don't know what YouTube is doing, but I didn't know that this would be possible. So this is a second channel. I've reached monetization status on the second channel in 7 days. I didn't know that that was possible. So, first, baby mama, thank you. So, on the second channel, which I created in order to let my subscribers know what was going on and, keep them updated. So far, I have 2,765 channel, 65 subscribers, that channel. I'm not yet monetized on any of my channels, so that sucks because I depend on my channel for everything. It's my bread and butter because I've been working with these companies, these corporations for so long. Thank you, Caroline. I've been working with these corporations in Jamaica for so long, and I realized that even when you're making money, it's as though it's taking something away from your soul. And I remember the last job that I worked, it was in sales. And I remember the heights. I remember it was December of last year, and everyone got sick. And I have a compromised immune system. So I was scared, but then I said, you know what? So many people is out. It's a good time to get my numbers up. Hi. It's a good time to get my numbers up. So I got a lot of sales, but then I realized that, people just weren't coming back to work. People were burnt out. People were tired. And when I asked to get, a emergency vacation, HR told me that emergency vacation only has to do with medical circumstances. And I said, but my mental health is medical, right? She said, no. So I said, okay. And listen, I told myself that I was going to quit that job, and I quit that job. Thank you first, baby. What I use on my face, listen, you guys don't want that list because I do have a few spots and stuff. I have like a really light shade of concealer on my face. People always say I have nice skin. But I take a lot of herbal supplements because I have hyperthyroid disease. So I take a lot of herbal supplements like glutathione. I take vitamin E, um, Dr. Christopher thyroid supplements. Um, I take Geritol. Here's my Geritol, so to speak. So because I take a lot of supplements, my hair grows really, really fast. So I cut my hair like every 2 weeks. If I don't tell you, you don't know. But I cut my hair every 2 weeks because it grows really, really, really fast. If you want your hair to grow, you can link me up and I'll tell you what to do. Even if you have bald spot, even if a doctor tells you that it's not possible for your hair to grow. Yes, I'm gonna get those on Amazon. I was doing some research. Thank you. Free to fly. Thank you. So if you have problems with growing your hair, trust me, I can help you with that. So, guys, enough of that. So, I built the second channel. Surprisingly, it just boom within 7 days. So I'm grateful. Thank you. So, let me take a picture of that. Because I know about the burdock roots, and someone was telling me about the olive leaf extract. Oh, it's 210 there. Oh wow, thank you. So that second channel, well, like it just boom. I'm just waiting to get the dollar sign on both channels, and then I'm gonna go hard, lightning speed. Oh, you're taking a picture too. Okay, good. First baby mama says she's taking a picture. So once I get my dollar sign back on both channels, listen, I'm coming back with fire. I'm coming back with lightning. I'm gonna be a force to reckon with. Listen, mark my words. Mark my words. All right. So, anyone has any questions before? Because I want to talk a little bit about Kyrie Irving. Because hi, Bobby. So I've been, I always say that I have this love hate relationship with Candace Owens. There are things that she says at times that I agree with. Sometimes I have difference of opinion, but overall, she's someone who I like because she's very intelligent, very articulate, and as such, I really like her because she has certain qualities that any black girl would like to have, right? So I'm a big fan. And when I went on her channel today, she did a podcast about why she's not turning her back on Kyrie Irving. And when she did that, everything that she said in that podcast is what I've been saying over on my other channel, Star Flames TV Rewinds, because, people were messaging me about Kyrie Irving. And I said, you know what? Let me just get into this because I was feeling so angry and I was saying, I wish this Russian, you know, I wish him dead. That's what I was saying. Oh dear, you hacked my channel. I was in my peak. I was in my prime. It's coming on to Christmas. I had plans for me and my subscribers. And I wanted to tell, where's Tiffany? Tiffany, are you still here? And I said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Tiffany and ask Tiffany if she's ever thought about creating a YouTube channel. Because listen, you see, when Tiffany comes into my comment section, even if I'm sad, once Tiffany comments in my comment section, listen, she changes my entire day. So, I said that I was gonna reach out to Tiffany, find out if she wants to do YouTube because she has this amazing sense of humor. And then this Russian came and hacked my channel, and I said, I hope he dies an immediate, slow, and painful death. And I was saying all of those stuff. I was that angry. So I said, you know what? Let me channel my energy into something else. So I started talking about Kyrie Irving. I started doing my research about him, why he got suspended. I was saying, like, how does this even make sense? Because I'm saying he shared a video from Amazon Video onto Twitter, and people started talking about it. And I'm saying, I don't know, but I study Michelson, thus they will get their due lash back by God. Yes. Hi, Lydia. Good night. So, when I was going to school, I studied a lot of history. And, in the Caribbean, you study Caribbean history. Yes, Tiffany is a brilliant girl. So, in the Caribbean, we have Caribbean history. But when I was younger, I started reading a lot of books about Abigail Adams and stuff. Every time the library van comes, I would, take up those books. Those books about Abigail Adams, they were so interesting. And, the American War, and, how they freed some slaves because they were losing the war. And the slaves, just kept fighting. And that is what made them win the war at one point. So when I heard what was happening, excuse me, let me go and close my door. Okay, so when I heard what was happening with Kyrie Irving, and I look back at what happened with Kanye West, and before that, because as I said, the evening my channel got hacked, I was about to go live. Yes, thank you, Linda. I was about to go live and I was about to about Ram Emmanuel, that's Ari Emmanuel's brother. And I'm saying, how is it that people do not know this? Ram Emanuel and Ari Emanuel does not like anyone from Chicago. And if you're black, they even don't like you more, right? Because that is what I was able to identify in my research. And I also find this, yes, it's true. There is an article that sums up everything that basically gives you the entire history of Ari Emanuel's brother, Ram Emanuel. He is known and labeled as the murder mayor of Chicago. When he went to Chicago during his campaign, he told people that, they would pay lower housing costs. He would improve schooling in the black community, and he did aggressively the reverse of that. When I say aggressively, I mean aggressively. So what he did, he targeted schools in the black community and he shut down more than 50% in the 50% of the schools in the black community only. Teachers were being laid off. Teachers were being laid off, and the schools lacked teachers. So while he was laying off teachers, the school lacked teachers, and he was shutting down schools in black communities. Not allegedly, it's proven. Ram Emanuel, who is Ari Emanuel is the man that called on companies to cancel Kanye West. His brother, Ram Emanuel, was the mayor of Chicago. So he told people that, I'm going to provide you with better housing. And when he went in, he increased the cost of housing, he increased the taxes on mortgage. So people had to pay more. So the increase was so ridiculous that many people lost their homes. So, yeah. So also, what he did, I have to say allegedly, even though I've seen this on Facebook before, knowing who these people are. What they did was basically, allegedly, they would target specific areas and they would just drop off guns, boxes of gun, bags of guns and ammunition. So crime and violence in the black community like tripled during his time. And also, what they would do is to arrest blacks and Hispanics. And let's say the arrest was, they had crazy arrest rates like 1,000 people in 2 weeks, black and Hispanics. And let's say out of that 1,000, maybe only 500 of them would return home, maybe 600 would return home. No one knows about the others. They're not in any prison system. They cannot be found. Their families have no idea where they are. That is what would happen. So that man basically murdered everything. He murdered the economy. He murdered the schools. He murdered housings. So he murdered, people of color. There were so many brutal police killings in Chicago during his time. People, Ram Emanuel has gone down in history for two things. For the mass protest that was caused by his actions, it has gone down to be the second of the largest mass protests in America's history. And is in history for being the murder mayor, the most ruthless, evil mayor that anyone has ever seen in history. So I did my research on that and I was going to go live when my channel just got, yeah. Listen, it's no joke. Those two brothers, they don't like us. They don't like us. And it's especially if you're from Chicago, it's even worse. Now, Ari Emanuel had there's this court. Do you know how sometimes you can access online court documents? So someone sent me a online court document where in Ari Emanuel he had settled out of court regarding a case of racism where he said, black people can't swim. So when I did a video on it, people are there making excuse for this man, saying, "Oh, what if he doesn't genuinely know?" And I'm saying, really, really, look at us, black people versus people of other race. We have limbs just like them, right? So why is it that they can swim, but it would be impossible for us to swim? And you're gonna make excuse for someone like that? No, that man settled out of court for $2.25 million in a case of racism. And there's more. Tiffany, you had a problem with YouTube? I think you'd make an amazing content creator, Tiffany. I think you would. You have an amazing sense of humor. I would have hoped more people would have joined in on the live though, because I have 7.7K subscribers. I see people keep, coming in, going off, coming in, going off. But it would be good if I had even 1,000, but maybe, being consistent with going live will get me to that point. Because listen, I'm going to keep going live. This is just, the start of it. So far, it has registered what, 100, no, is it this? Okay. I was looking at something else. At the end of the live, I will know actually how many people really joined the live. But I see people keep jumping in, jumping off. Guys, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up so that it can get to others for me, please. I would like my subscribers to know what happened. You know, it's not that I got rich and switch, because even if I did, we would still be uploading. I would be doing some amazing giveaways. I'll be traveling, to some of you guys' neighborhood to see what. Listen, I have plans, I have amazing plans. If I get rich, I know I'm not gonna be selfish. I'm too kind for that. I'm too kind-hearted for that. Does anyone have any questions that they want to ask me, would like to ask me? Anything that you've always been curious about? Now would be a good time for you to ask any questions. Oh, Caroline, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Yes, Tiffany's has a very amazing sense of humor. She has a great sense of humor. Listen, when Tiffany comes in the comment section, it's just icons and stuff, but you know what she's saying, and she's funny as hell. CBU, who do you want to collab with? Whoa. All right, so I would want to collab with the Carter family because there were a couple of times when I needed help. There were things that I didn't understand about YouTube, and they were the ones who basically, when I reached out to other YouTubers, they were the only ones who responded to my concerns. So I would want to collab with them because they appear to be some really, really, really genuine, people. And I like that. And there's this other amazing young lady on YouTube, Beauty by Gabby. Beauty by Gabby, she is this beauty lifestyle content creator. She's a mom. I think she has what, 3 or 4 kids? So, yeah, Beauty by Gabby is the next one. Tiffany, don't say that. Start YouTube. Get it starting. You're always Tiffany. Guys, look at Tiffany's comment. She's always on those things. They would post your show, Tiffany. They would. Rest assured, they would. Yes. So, yeah, the Carter family and Beauty by Gabby. Any other questions that you want to ask? It would be good for You know, those people who are always in the comment section assuming stuff about me, it would be really good for them to be here so that they get to ask their questions, and get it out. Get it out. And guys, have you seen that podcast that Candace did today? Why she's not turning her back on Kyrie Irving? You guys need to watch that podcast. It says a lot, and it's very. Oh, you love my accent? Thank you. Okay, so that podcast that Candice did, it was very um, it spoke to my soul. It was confirmation. Free to fly, yes, because I've been saying those things like, why is it that no one is going after Jeff Bezos? Because this is a video on Amazon platform, right? And it has been there, but um, Jeff has power and he has money. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Jeff Bezos has money and power, so no one is going to dare mess with Jeff Bezos. But guess what? The Black community, we are too divided. And I think that because we're so divided, they prey on us. Yes, it verifies everything that Kanye West said. And you know what? Let me tell you guys what I've also discovered. So let me tell you, I love to do research, and especially when I'm in a good mood, I'm going to research every little thing that comes to mind. So I've been researching, anti-Semitism, looking up for variations of meaning, and anti-Semitism up to November 2nd, as always, meant any racial bias, prejudice, standard towards, any religious group, any race, committee, or etc., etc. Tiffany says, first, baby mother, you made me spill my soda laughing. So, yes, yes. So, um, when I did my research, that's what anti-Semitism mean, any hate, prejudice, any slurs towards a particular race, group, um, religious group, etc., etc. Then on November 2nd, I discovered that the meaning of anti-Semitism has been changed to reflect the Jewish community only. So I'm saying, then why are these people saying that Kanye was anti Semitic? Because how can you be anti Semitic for speaking the truth? How is that anti Semitic? How can you be anti Semitic for saying Star Flames TV has a YouTube channel and she uploads videos on her channel daily? Or is it because you are Jewish? No one should point out the fact what you own, what you have dominated. And then um, there's this former music executive producer. His last name is Starbucks. He said that the people who controls the music industry does not want the kind of music that they encourage the rappers to make in their community. So he's challenging Black rappers to be the voice of change because that man was basically saying the Jewish people don't want any music that contains, crime, violence, anything that's over sexualized in their community. But they're pushing Black rappers to make that kind of music. He's not asking, he knows that's what they're doing. They're pushing Black rappers to make, music about crime, violence, guns, and all of that. So he's saying you don't have to listen to these people because these people are keeping their community safe and they're influencing you to create a mess of your community. And he says many of these rappers are not even anything like the songs that they're singing about. So he's challenging them to be the voice of change. Sing songs about the stuff that you want to see happening in the Black community. Do not follow these people who are influencing you to create a mess of your community. So I did a video of that on Starflames TV Rewind, And it did really well because that video resonated with a lot of people. And it also confirmed a lot of what Kanye West has been saying. So, as such, you know what? I've been saying this all along. I said, it's unfortunate that the Jewish community has been through, and Holocaust, Black people has been through slavery. But here they have Kyrie Irving. And when I realized the journalist was, when the journalist was questioning Kyrie Irving was so well spoken. It's as though the journalist didn't expect that. And when he was pushing Kyrie Irving to admit that he was being anti-Semitic, and Kyrie Irving says, "But how can I be anti-Semitic? How can I be anti-Semitic? I read books. I know what anti-Semitic means, so I cannot be anti-Semitic." It's as though they were so disappointed. Now they're saying to Kyrie Irving, in order for you to, get back in the NBA, you have to donate money to this, and you have to apologize to this community, that community, that community. So that's a public lynching. That's modern day lynching right there. And Kyrie Irving is like, no, I'm not going to do it, right? And I've always been saying that as Black people, we will always be in search of answers. We want to know who we are because all of that has been taken from us because of slavery. So we're always going to research. So I'm saying, why is it that the Black community not understanding what is happening to Kyrie Irving, and why is it that we're not standing up together? Also, we allowed Kanye West to be canceled. We allowed Kyrie Irving to be canceled, and as such, I did say it. I did say when Kanye West got canceled, I said, by next week, someone else is going to get canceled because of anti Semitism. And if we continue on the same path, before this weekend, someone else is going to get canceled because of anti Semitism. We need to not allow that. And I'm saying that it keep, thank you, Bobby. Every time I reflect on what they did to Kanye, what they were asking of Kyrie Irving, all I could remember is Montgomery, Alabama, Lake Lanier, the ghost cities of Georgia. And I said, you know what? And Michael Jackson. And I said, you know what these people are doing secretly? These people are trying to dethrone us secretly. Yeah, they're trying to dethrone us secretly. They are afraid of our power. They are afraid of our influence. And they don't want us to be great. Yes, they will do that. They will do that. So you have to basically change up the spelling of the names sometimes. So sometimes instead of using J, you use Y. So that's what you have to do sometimes because they're doing that. And my subbies believe that, yes, my subbies believe that talking about Ari Manuel is what got my channel hacked. So, all right. If you guys don't know, I've been telling people about Lake Lanier. So in America, especially the state of Georgia, there are some haunted lakes. The reason why these lakes are haunted is because these lakes were once Black communities. So these Black communities, we had our own school, we had our own hospital, we had our own bank, we had an intra-reliable system. So there was no need for people within these Black communities to step outside and get stuff. It was people from other communities, the white communities, coming to these communities to, do businesses and stuff because these communities were well developed, Black doctors, Black teachers, Black lawyers. So everything was going good. Now, what often happens is that, you know, yes, they do. So what happened is that in these Black communities, it takes one simple event like what happened to Kanye West and Kyrie Irving. There was this Black man who was, you know, keeping the Black hospital to themselves because, we were doing heart surgeries and we were curing sickness and disease where people in other states, communities were still trying to figure out he was doing illegal practices. And so they would go in and they would take this family, you know, kill the man. Then that wasn't enough. They say, oh, he has some associates, let's get rid of his associates. And when they got rid of his associates, that wasn't enough. So they went in, they killed everyone in the community. Only a handful of people would be able to flee this community, and after that they would burn some of the houses, etc. Then the communities would be so abandoned because no one is there. The survivors would never ever go back to those communities, so they pump water into them and turn them into lakes. So when you go to these lakes, when you dive down, you'll see houses, you'll see infrastructure such as banks, schools, etc., etc. So in the state of Georgia, you have many haunted lakes. These were all Black communities. Um, I can remember the story of Lake Lanier, but there's so many other stories that all of them are just the same. Once you hear one, it's just basically how the rest of it goes. Same thing with Montgomery, Alabama, the first Black Wall Street. They just bombed that city because, you know, we created Wall Street. And how dare you create Wall Street? How dare you be so, independent? How dare you be so free? How dare you have these executives? And if you look, at that time, how Black men used to dress, we're always, bringing that style, that class. So, we have always been offending people. Even when we walk the straight and narrow line, they find something to target us. And then, you know, that change, laws were brought into play so they cannot do what they've done to these, towns like Lake Lanier. So what they're doing now, like with Michael Jackson and his family became one of the wealthiest family in LA, and they were Black. So that was a problem. So guess what? Do you see how Ari Emanuel is putting up everyone to sue Kanye West? He's telling George Floyd, baby mama, sue Kanye West. So that's what they did to Michael Jackson. Oh, you own Beatles, you own everything. How are you so powerful and wealthy? We don't like that. So they started, getting people. They basically create these things. They know what they're doing. They are always ahead of it. So Michael Jackson get accused of child molestation, right? And many people, even until this day, believes that Michael Jackson is a child molester. But I'm not going to say you shouldn't believe. But if you are a believer that Michael Jackson is a child molester, I have one question to ask. Why is it that every parent settled out of court? If your child was molested, would you have settled out of court? Would there be any amount of money that can compensate you for your child's pain? Because I know like hell, no one would be able to give me any amount of money. I would want you to rot behind bars, and no one could tell me otherwise. So that's one of the things that they did. And this is not, Janet Jackson has said it on numerous occasions, says, why is it that all of these parents keep taking the money and settle out of court? Prove your case. Prove your case. And I'm sure it's not because that Michael Jackson was so wealthy, because the legal system does exist and it works, and he's a Black man. He's a Black man. So if he was guilty, I believe that he would have been behind bars. So it goes to show that we're always being oppressed. We're always offending someone, even though when we're minding our own business. Do you realize that? All right. So I shared a video on my channel, also the next channel. Do you realize that what got Kanye West canceled? Kanye West has been saying it for 10 years. And it has never been a problem until Kanye West was a multi-billionaire, because no Black man should have that status. No Black man should have that status. So Kanye got canceled. And he has been saying it all along. And you know what's odd is that in 2019, Kanye West told us that woke capitalism is going to leave him homeless because they don't like when you think and they don't like when you question things. Once you think and you question things, you are automatically a problem. Now, as to George Floyd family, they said that they'll be suing Kanye West. And I'm saying to myself, these people really aren't thinking because there is, well, let me first clarify. I don't agree with Kanye's statement about George Floyd, but George Floyd, baby mama, she needs to think because she cannot win this case against Kanye. And if she does win, it means that Derek Chauvin did not commit a crime. It means that everything that Black Lives Matter has marched, protested for, and all the people who were killed, all of that would be in vain. So, you know, we really have to look into things. And why they would not be able to win that case is a mere fact that Candace Owens has an entire documentary out here talking about that, explaining everything that happened to George Floyd, breaking it down and saying that George Floyd had twice the amount of fentanyl in his system, which resulted in his death. And they're not suing her, but they're suing Kanye West. So, as such, they will not be able to win that case against him. And any way you take it, that is not a good case. That is something that you just leave alone. But I think that George Floyd family really doesn't care about him, as Candice Owens says. I honestly believe that they just care about whatever money that they can get from people. Because if they really cared about him, Candice Owens would have been one of the first person that they sued because she's the first person. Well, there were reports about it and people were talking about it, but I think that Candice Owens making a documentary and putting it all out there, I think that she was the one who basically, influenced people and gave people that consistent reminder of, he had twice the amount of fentanyl in his system. So, that's definitely not a good case. Anyway, you take that case, that family will not be able to win. They will not be able to win. Any questions? No questions? If you're just joining, please give a thumbs up. Also, I have my PayPal link at the top of the comment section. I don't have Cash App. Being a Caribbean gal, Cash App is not in the Caribbean. So I have PayPal. Hold on, I'm letting someone know that I'm live. Hopefully that they can join in. I was really do hoping to, get at least 1,000 people in here, but I'm a bit disappointed, but that's okay. I think we're gonna get better as time passes. We're gonna have more people on the live. Our live is gonna be, more juicier than what it is now. We're gonna have more fun, interesting stuff to talk about. We're gonna be more organized in our delivery because that is what I was setting up. Because if you guys remember, I had posted on my community tab saying that, I made a few of you moderators to my channel because I was planning to, start going live to talk about stuff, let you guys vote on topics that you want to talk about, having people join the live so that you guys could call in and talk as well. So that's the direction that I was looking forward to moving in December. Hopefully, I can continue that. I'm gonna have to learn how to use StreamYard on my computer so that people can call in, voice their opinion, and that we can have moderators, people who watch the comment section, to put trolls on timeout. Anybody that's rude, disrespectful, or being nasty, I would have moderators to put those people on timeout. So I had selected a few people as moderators, but I think because my channel got deleted, I'm gonna have to go in and select a few of you guys again to be moderator. Phyllis Kelly is always active on my channel, whether she agrees with my delivery or not. She's always here, and she was one of my moderators as well. There's this other gentleman. Thank you, Matut. Thank you. So, I've been selecting a few people. I think, yeah, Tiffany was a moderator as well. Um, Mary, Mary was a moderator. So I think I'd selected up to 5 people so far to be a moderator. So when everything returns to normal on this channel, I'm going to go back in and look, because what I did to select the moderators, I look at, the people who visits the channel. I have an icon on the creator studios that tell me who and who are frequent visitors, and some of you guys I can remember by your name, your profile picture. Thank you. So based on that, I was selecting a few moderators, but rest assured that we're still going to continue to go live. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep posting on my community tab, asking you guys topics that you want to discuss. And if it's not something that I'm familiar with, then I would let guys know, to give me X time to do my research, get my talking points together, and all of that. I may not be the brightest crayon in the box, but I do love to research and I do love to chat. I love to chat. I love to talk about things. I love to express my opinion. And, I'm a rebel with a cause. The long and short of it, I'm a rebel with a cause. I love to be the voice of reasoning. I love to. Oh, I get more people around 8. Okay. I've been on here for 1 hour and 8 minutes now. So when I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna try to end for 7 o'clock. And then from there we could go up to maybe 8:30, and hopefully I would get more people at that time. And I'm gonna post after this live ends. I'm gonna post on my community tab. I believe there's a way I can merge both channels to go live at the same time. So whoever is on Star Flames TV Rewind gets to watch same time. So if they want to stay over there and watch, I think there's a way, because YouTube has added a new feature where you can go live with someone. So I'm gonna test it out. So if you can go live with someone, I should be able to go live on both channels at the same time, go live on Facebook at the same time. So I want to do that. Do any of you guys have any question? You're stronger than this. I know it's a lot happening, but this too shall pass. But remember, there was. That's true. Thank you. Thank you, Matud. My mommy always says that. And I'm not a quitter either. I don't know how to quit. I genuinely don't know how to quit. And I try to capitalize whenever something, unfortunate or unpleasant happen. Whenever I have an unfortunate or an unpleasant experience, I capitalize on it. And guess what? That's how I started this channel, because I was working at this company for over 6 years. And for over 3 years, I was bullied and harassed. And for the first 3 years, it didn't bother me because I'm saying, you know what? These people are just crabbing a barrel. They are who they are. And I used to say, you know what? Thank God I'm not like them. But then in the heights of the pandemic, when we were working in the offices and they started, slashing our pay was slashed into less than half. We were earning less than half of what we used to earn. And I was a technical support agent and I was doing other jobs. Like if a manager is out, I had to take care of that manager's team. I was promoted, but then when I got the promotion, I realized that I was earning less, doing more. You have pure soul, and this happens to a lot of us, but the energy of God is with you, sister. You got fire, and I'm thankful to God for you. I'm watching from Georgia, US. Thank you. So they basically promoted me. I did not want to get promoted because I've sat and observed what happens to people when they get promoted. People end up quitting after getting promoted because your workload increases and your salary decreases. But everybody was like, you've been here for so long, give it a try. So I decided that I'm going to give it a try. So after I got promoted, it was just crap because I, I had to do everything and the pay was less. So I said, you know what? No, I don't want this promotion. So I was bullied at work. People teased and said, I'm in a pornographic video. Pornographic video. Listen. And then the only people to have seen this pornographic video that I am in is just those people inside of that building. So for 3 years, I was bullied and harassed saying, you're in a pornographic video. 3 years. And it wasn't a bother like, people would look at me, tease, laugh, and whatever. But I was so grounded that I'll look at you like, like you can break me. But then, in the heights of the pandemic, when we were working from the office, my mom got ill, and my mom got ill just like all of a sudden out of the blue. You know, we weren't sure what was going to happen to her if she was going to make it. So I had that stress going to work every day. And oh, 2:53 a.m. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you, Caroline. Oh, thank you. So, in the heights of the pandemic, I was bullied. I used to go to work and break down and cry because I wanted to get good news about my mom. And what I was trying to do is to not check up on my mom during the course of the day while I was at work, but I just wanted to hear that there was improvement. So I would still call. And when I called, everyone was so depressed. Everyone, you know, somebody was crying and somebody was depressed because we didn't know what was going on. And then when I get off the phone, I would just go into the bathroom, break down and cry. Sometimes when I go back inside to work, I could not. And then people, they thought because they were saying I was in a pornographic video, that is what was affecting me. Well, that wasn't, because they have been doing it for years. But what was affecting me is the fact that I work in a high stress level environment. And I was wondering, is my mom going to make it or not? I had bills, I had responsibilities, and I was earning less than half of what I used to earn. And then I realized that, you know, I reported this to HR after going to therapy because I had to get therapy. Things were so bad, I had to get therapy. So my therapist said that, report it. And I said, you know what? I've been working at this company for so long that I know that once you escalate a problem, you become the problem, not the problem. They were so irresponsible, right? So the therapist said, go ahead and report it. You would know for sure if that's the case or if everyone was lying. So when I reported it, it was the worst thing that I could have ever done. I was targeted by HR, everyone. I was labeled as problematic. So when I left home, I came home to the reality of my mom. Maybe she would die. My mom is okay. Um, my mom has dementia that she's living with, but she's okay. other than that. So when I came home, and because I live alone, I came home to demons. That's how I felt. I came home to demons because, yeah, it felt as though I came home to demons because I was, calling, trying to find out what's going on with my mom. And listen, I love my mommy so much and I'm so protective of my mom. And I'm saying, God, why my mother? My mother is just one of the sweetest, kindest person on planet Earth. And I would always say, you know what? Mankind does not deserve my mom. And I'm saying, God, like ever since I was a child, I would always say, my mother is not real. I would always say that my mom is an alien because she is not just a mother to her kids, she's a mother to everyone in the community. And, she would just take our stuff and give to people who need it more. So I would always, as a child, I would say my mom is an alien because there's no way she can be real. And you would never hear my mom quarrel with anyone. And when she does quarrel, you know that it's really bad. So when she got sick, me, my sisters, everyone was just sick. And I remember, I developed severe chronic migraines. And when I went to the doctor, I remember I got like 152 painkillers, right? And I should take two tablets 2 times a day for the migraine. And within the space of 1 week, I had none of those painkillers remaining. Absolutely none. 152 painkillers. I completed them all in 1 week. And it's not an addiction, but it was because I was so stressed. I felt I was going to die because I felt I was so connected to my mom. And I felt as though my mom was going to die and I'm going to die too. And I cannot afford for my mom to die. So just imagine going through all of that. I wasn't eating or anything. And then I would get these severe headaches. So I was just taking painkillers with coffee back to back, back to back. In less than a week, I had early dementia and used CBD. It really saved my life memory back. I had so many health problems, and CBD was. I will have to check that out because that would be really helpful. So when I came home, my meal was painkillers and coffee, tears until I go to sleep. But I remember one particular night, one particular evening when I came home, I shower. I would just love being in the shower because it calms me. So I remember after getting out the shower, talking to my sisters, checking up on my mom, I laid in bed and I remember, the phone making a sound because I was sleeping with my phone like this at that point because I could not have my phone that close to me because if someone was calling, I didn't want it to ring a second time. If someone was calling about my mom, I could not afford for it to ring a second time. So when I had the phone that close to me, I remember this particular night, you know, like the phone go off, like someone was calling, but when I picked it up, no one was calling and the camera was on. And I was really emotional and I got out of bed and I came and sat right here that I am and I turned on the camera and I started recording. I started just talking, just, letting out all of my emotions. And when I started talking, I was crying and I said, you know what? I'm gonna create a YouTube channel and I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. So I created the YouTube channel. I did create the channel, and that's how I came up with Star Flames TV. Came up with this channel out of being bullied and out of my mom being sick. Because I always remember that my mom would say to me, never make the devil win. Never make the devil win. Always try to turn a negative into a positive. So that's how this channel came about. And listen, that video that did, I didn't upload it, but the second night I did the same thing. I did cry, but I didn't upload that. But the third night I did a video. If you check on my channel when I just started uploading, you'll see me with a drug on my head. Thank you. You could see one of my first videos, I had a durag on my head, and you could see stress on me. And I still keep that video on my channel to until this day as a reminder, as to what happened during that moment. So that's how my channel came about. Star Flames, yeah, because people are saying she's a porn star, and I said, but I can't call myself porn star on YouTube, but I still want to keep either porn or star. So I realized that star was most appropriate to keep. And then you said, I always say, you know what? Whenever something happens, I always say I'm coming back with fire. So that's how the name Star Flames came about, because I was being called a porn star. And whenever I'm down, I always say, you know what? I know I'm going to come back. And when I come back, I'm going to come back with fire. Do you guys have any questions? Your mama raised a lady. I genuinely admire your strength. That dementia is horrible. Thank you, Caroline. Yes, dementia is really horrible. It's really, really horrible. And my mom, I would say, thank God that she's the kind of person that she is. She's also a Christian. And for many years, as she got older, she would always say, you know what? If I end up with dementia, I'm asking God to please don't let me disgrace my church. Please don't let me disgrace my church sister. Please don't let me disgrace my family. Because, when people have dementia, they would just say stuff, anything. And so far, she hasn't been that kind of person who just, acts vulgar, wild, because she was never that kind of person. She, is a lady. So thank God. Oh, thank you, Matthew, Arthur. Thank you very much. Does anyone else have any questions? We don't eat purple roots, which help our brain. Yeah, that's true. And guess what? A couple years ago, while going to high school, there were these airplanes that would, wake us up early in the morning, and they would be spraying stuff. And then as time passes, we realize that, you know, as a child, you would just open your kitchen door, go outside, pick some kind of herb and make some tea. If you had period pains, there were herbs that would actually work. I remember, your aunt is in the first stages. I'm sorry to hear, Caroline. It's really tough, especially when they're in the first stages. After a time, you will figure out strategies to, cope. People caring for people with dementia, listen, people caring for people with dementia suffers. CMOS. Okay, purple garlic, onions, ginger, turmeric, cassava. Yes, the turmeric is good, and cola nut is good as well. Cola nuts is good. That's what they call busy for people with dementia. And there's this other plant. I'm trying to remember its name. There's this Holy basil is good. It helps to keep them calm. Holy basil, it's really, really good if you can Get some holy basil. I know that they have the tea bags on Amazon. And if you can get rose hip with hibiscus, that's good, especially the hibiscus. Those stuff are really good. Those stuff are really good. Dr. CB recommended sea mass. Our body is made of 102 minerals. Sea mass has 92. I drink, so there's this liquid meal here. It's called Big Bamboo. It has sea moss in it. So I drink those a lot because I have hyperthyroid disease. So if you see my eyes looking like bulgy, it's not that I'm bulging my eyes out, but it's a result of having hyperthyroid disease. Even though my eyes they don't bulge like that anymore, but you can see that I still have a goiter here. I would normally take Dr. Christopher thyroid supplements. Listen, I don't know who Dr. Christopher is, but listen, Dr. Christopher, whoever you are, you have some of the best products out there. Oh, my skin. I get questions about my skin a lot. As it relates to my skin, I take a lot of stuff. Like, if I should show, all right, so I have this channel that I do natural remedy reviews on. It's called Chosen Natural Health Corner. Sometimes I do research about my thyroid and stuff, and I share those videos there. If you go in there, you'll see me with a whole pan of some supplements. I take a lot of supplements. So I take biotin. I take biotin with selenium. The biotin, so for people with thyroid disease, we cannot take normal doses. If the bottle says one, if you have thyroid disease, you may need to take two or three. So I have biotin with selenium that I take. When I take that back to back every day, my skin is flawless. And if I take that with glutathione, and the glutathione that I take has in grapeseed extract and milk thistle. So that also helps with my skin. I take geritol. I take MSM. I take a lot of stuff. It's a lot. But you can go on my channel, Chosen Natural Health Corner, and you will see some of the things that I have taken, still taking. I also take like, certain parts from bovine, cow. I would take like, bovine spleen, bovine liver, because if you're anemic, because I will sometimes end up being anemic because, to be quite honest, I have tried Reiki. I have tried Reiki with a few specialists, I think, but they're no longer in the US. They have migrated. So I used to do Reiki with two specialists. Reiki does work. Um, also took, as I was saying, I take bovine, like bovine liver. There are some companies that sells like bovine liver, bovine spleen. Um, Even though I eat meat, I don't like to eat meat, even though I eat meat. So there sometimes I will not eat any meat. I will have like tofu. I would do scrambled tofu. You can see that on my next channel, Chosen Natural Health Corner. I would do scrambled tofu. Sometimes I would eat like broccoli with fish, but not so often. But I like, just chopping up cabbage and, you know, adding onions, garlic. I love onion, I love garlic, I love scallion. So sweet peppers, I would just chop up a big cabbage and I'll, add onions, garlic and stuff and I'll steam that. So sometimes, and because of when you have thyroid disease as well, yeah, sometimes you just end up anemic. So I realized that, and as such, I always have a bunch of supplements. I ensure that, you know, I take my selenium, but sometimes I have so much stuff that I forget to take some stuff. And sometimes I have to basically, you know, put things on rotation. So I get a little of everything. But I have a lot of stuff. And luckily, I've worked amongst people who had COVID and I've never had COVID. I'm shocked because everyone in my building had COVID and I never had COVID. And I consider myself to be one of the sickest person, but I never had COVID. So at that point, it proved to me that my immune system is not as weak as I think. And I've learned how to. So when you have hyperthyroid disease, you get neomercazole, ethnolol, propanolol, but those medications, the ones that they give you to control your heart rate, they also lower your blood pressure. So I used to take them and I would often get dizzy and I would wonder, why am I getting dizzy? So I started doing my research and I realized that I'm getting dizzy because of the medication that, controls the palpitating heart. So I went in research and find out, how do I control my palpitating heart without taking this medication? So I found out, that's how I discovered rosehip and hibiscus. And there's this um, Dr. Christopher Hawthorne berry heart syrup. Listen, that heart syrup is magic. And I've read, when I was checking the reviews on Amazon, some people had severe heart problems and they were, saying that that medicine really, really helped them with their severe heart problems. So, sorry, that's one of my subby. So, I would normally share those research. I haven't shared anything on my channel in a while. I know people might be looking for me, but I do share a lot of stuff. I share a lot of information. Most of it is centered around energy, thyroid, but it's always natural. The only thing I've shared that was not natural is a bovine supplement that I bought for thyroid. But even though it was bovine, it had in like watercress, kelp, and stuff. It had in some herbal stuff. So I discovered that sometimes taking, bovine glands may help you if you have a particular disease. It does. Any questions? Do you have any questions that you want to ask? I found dandelion on your channel. This root prevented me from getting a pacemaker, and I'm in love with your other channel. Yes, thanks. Dandelion is so good. Listen, dandelion, you have the thing that you can use to make the coffee. It is so good. I remember, I think it was, all right, do you see that moment when I put up that video about dandelion? I used to have this problem. I know this is TMI, but listen. When I was during the first couple of years of being diagnosed with hyperthyroid disease, I would be so constipated. Like it seems as though one of the effects of this um, disease was constipation. And when you're constipated, it's not anything funny. And then I would have this horrible stomach problem as well. So I did some research. Sure, Tiffany, I did some research and I found that dandelion was so good. If you have, listen, dandelion is good for eczema, it's good for anemia. It has minerals and vitamins. It's really, really good. And you guys can check out that channel, Chosen Natural Health Corner. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Um, when I had the joint issues, I remember, like, for years, when I was at work, if I don't take the elevator when I was going down the stairs, because having thyroid disease does this to you. It's as though I was weak in my knees, I was weak in my joints. And people would ask, what's wrong with you? And I said, I have thyroid. And I said, you know what? I don't want to live like this where people keep asking me, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I should be able to live a normal life irrespective of that. So I researched and I found, SMS. Yeah, that's what it's called. So I reviewed that on my channel as well. It's really good for the joint, but the trick is when you start taking that, you have to start low because it can also give you gas. It can also give you gas, but it's good. But it's even better because there's some supplements on Amazon. So it's good when you take MSM. That's what it's called, MSM. It's even better when you take it with collagen powder. Listen, if you want flawless skin like never ever seen before, if you want that glow skin, if you want that baby soft skin, you take um, MSM, hyaluronic acid, and collagen powder together every day. And you take glutathione. If you take that, people will marvel at your skin and your skin would be so soft. Listen, when I was in office, people would like rub up on me daily, several times a day. They would like, oh my God, I can't believe I have baby soft skin. I'm not bragging, but it's true. Like if I go somewhere and someone shake my hands, they would not want and they would like, please don't feel offended, but why is your skin so soft? Believe me, those stuff, if you want flawless skin, when I see people, do some stuff, I have spots and I do have spots, but when I get down to work and when I shift to that regime of product, then my skin gets clear, my complexion changes. Listen, you don't have to take harsh chemical to lighten your skin. Yeah, you don't have to take harsh chemical. And even when I remember the last time I went in and to do, a series of blood tests, and the lady was signing the form, and she said, "Oh, how old are you?" And she said, "No way." She said, "It ain't no way. You've got to show me an ID." So I showed her, and she said, "Do you take like stuff for your skin?" And she took a pen, and while she couldn't spell, she asked me to spell it, and she wrote. She made a list. Yeah, she made a list. Like people marvel. And oftentimes my daughter would look at me like, Mommy, slow down. Like my daughter and I look like twins. And oftentimes people see us, they think we're twins. And I said, no. Or they would say sisters. And I said, no, I'm her mom. No one believes me that I'm her mom. If you ever need a remedy for perfect skin, I've got you. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, you should. MSM, hyaluronic acid, glutathione with milk thistle and grapeseed oil. We need and some biotin. When you talk about skin, hair, nails, listen. Normally I would get my nails tipped, but I decided to take a break, and my nails grow really fast. My hair grows really fast because I cut my hair 2 weeks ago, and there was nothing at the back. And look at it, there was absolutely nothing at the back. But I'm still trying to figure out how to cure my hypothyroid disease. I came close. I came very close because um, I have a overactive thyroid gland, so I think fast. I practice most of the times, and because of that, it also causes me to be low on energy some of the times. So I figured out a combination of herbs that could help to lower my thyroid levels. And the herbs work so well. They worked so damn good that it sent me in the hospital because I was feeling so good. I was feeling so great. I could see the changes. I had the energy. But then it lowered it so low that they had to. I was in the hospital. I got sick. Had to go to the hospital. I was admitted for 24 hours for observation, and they'll ask me like, "What did you take?" And I said nothing because I wasn't going to tell them. I wasn't going to tell them because next thing they find Dr. Christopher and take away, take those products off Amazon. We cannot get those products. And I said nothing. I honestly did not tell them. But they say, you know what? It seems as though you took something because I told them that I take a series of supplements, and I said some of them I can't remember the name. That says seems like as though you took something that affected your thyroid level. Listen, yeah, I know. Listen, from Dr. CB, I think about things differently. I just say, you know what? I know that I'm taking a series of supplements, but some of them I don't. But I know. hmm I did not tell them, so they gave me a medication to help bring it back up, and they reduced my medication because they wanted to know what was working so well, and I said, you know what? Instead of me telling you guys, I'm gonna go on TikTok and tell some people. I'm not gonna tell you. Yeah. And I've been trying to get this product, something that we use in the home because whenever it actually shrinks the goiter, and if you have like cysts anywhere in the body, it actually shrinks it. It diminishes it to nothing. It's called camphor block. When you research it, you will they have camphor ball and they have camphor black. So the camphor black is a square camphor. The dosage of camphor in that it's lower. So you would break one of the squares in four, and you would take a quarter of the square like daily. But you would drink a lot of water. So if you have any cysts, any inflammation anywhere in your body, it helps it, and it helps to burn out certain type of cancers as well, based on some research I have done. I learned about that from an African herbalist because at the age of 14, when I started, going through puberty, as most girls would, there was this, tiny lump in my breast. And my mom was worried because, when you're growing up, you grow up poor, your parents don't have that money to take you to the doctor. And listen, our Black parents weren't taking us to the doctor for just any and everything. So this lady was like, okay, get the camphor black and you're gonna put on a bra and you're gonna put a piece at the bottom of your breast and you're gonna put a little piece at the top. At that time she was saying you're too young to take it. But then she said, you know what, you can actually put a quarter of it in water, let it dissolve because there are some African countries that is what they give to newborn babies. Do you know, like in America, in Jamaica, they would give them certain type of vaccines. There are places in Africa where they don't give babies vaccine. They give them like camphor water, or what's the other one called again? I think it's some kind of metal compound. I forgot what that is called. So in some of these African countries, they don't give the babies any vaccine. They get either camphor water or they get this other um, colloidal silver. Colloidal silver. That's what they give to these babies in some African countries. But like in countries such as the US, the Caribbean, they would give the babies colloidal, they would drop colloidal silver in their eyes if their eyes are not completely open, or if they have any film over the eye, they would basically drop that. But in African countries, they do give them like camphor and colloidal silver newborn babies. So they get that, not vaccines. Someone sent me a donation through PayPal. Thank you. I don't know who that is. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, we've been on here for 1 hour and 45 minutes. It was a really great discussion. It was really nice talking to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live here. Hopefully, I can come back live tomorrow. I'm going to leave a post on my community tab if I'm going to come back live again tomorrow. Um, if you want to send me a donation, someone just messaged me and said that the link that I put in here doesn't work. So let me give you my email. If you want to send me a donation, you can do so via PayPal. It's not a requirement, it's only if you want to do so. My channel has been demonetized. So I would ask people to do this because I'm not making any money now and I don't have Cash App. So you can use that email address should in case you want to send me a donation through PayPal, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this live here. It's gonna stay up. So if you want to come back and watch it later, if there's any particular section that speaks to you, I think they do transcript for live as well. Good night, Miss Caroline. God bless you too. It was great talking to you. We will support you all the way. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to do Patreon because sometimes there's stuff that good night, Matthew. There's stuff that I want to talk about, but I don't want to have it in the open in YouTube. So I'm gonna start Patreon and I'm gonna make it as affordable as possible so that who wants to, we can talk about stuff. If you want to reach out to me, if you want to ask me any questions that you weren't comfortable asking here, you can reach out to me via Instagram at Starflames TV. Just send me a message and I'll respond. I always respond. But if you just say like hi, hello, I don't respond. But if you say like hi, Star Flames, it has to have something in the message to grab my attention for me to respond because there are a lot of weird people. Okay, Tiffany. Okay, darling. So good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you all. And I hope that as time passes, we get more people in the live, we get people to call in, and we can chat up a storm. So thanks for your time. Star Flames TV is back, and I can't wait to get that $ back on my channel. So see you guys. Have a blessed night. I see like some persons are just joining. If you're joining, I'm about to end the live so you can watch the replay. I'm going to try to come back live tomorrow evening and I'm going to post on my community tab so that you guys can, you know, come up with things that you want to talk about so I can make a note of them and we will talk about them. Hopefully, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do StreamYard tomorrow so I can get people to call in so we can make the live, where people can actually participate, where we can hear from, the people that we've been talking to in the comment section. We can actually hear from them and such delight. So thanks, guys, for your time and have a great night, day, morning, whatever time of day it is where you are. Thank you. Bye bye.